Welcome in. Welcome to Anti-Chats and Tarot. Let's get to our message here today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to all of you who have supported this channel. I really appreciate it. Remember, not everything will resonate. Not everything's for you. Take what resonates. Take what's helpful. Take what helps you to help yourself. And leave the rest for someone else. Let's get to this message today. Here we go. Somebody's wanting to be grounded. Or where's my grounding person? Somebody that you'd like to come in that would be a grounding influence in a person. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Or you're always everybody's anchor, something like that. What else do we have here today? The Knight of, Knight, significant action. Knight of Cups out here. Action takers. Somebody slow to move forward romantically. Five of Wands. Because there are some challenges here. What are the challenges? Eight of Swords. Challenges in holding themselves back from what they really want. This could be you. This could be somebody else. You see an anchor in somebody, they could be an anchor for you. You really like their disposition. They're very thoughtful. They're very reliable. But they're not moving towards you, so you're not sure if they like you in this way, like romantically. But they have issues with this area of love. Five of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, this somebody is not competitive. And I feel like that's what you're used to in relationships. Maybe you found that out later, but somebody always competitive with you. They maybe made a joke about it, but in the end, looking back, or this is an exercise to consider, look back in previous relationships where you're dealing with someone that was always, keeping the numbers straight in their head, how many you had won. You didn't even think anything of it. In fact, you probably took it as a joke because how silly, but they were very serious. In some cases, they were very serious. You're somebody who also puts like stick on the end of everything. Very positive. So like fantastic, but you make everything stick. Like what would be an example? I get an overwhelming sense of you just keep it positive, keep it positive, keep it positive. The Chariot. Yeah, and you want things to move. You're used to making things happen, and for this energy to move. Yeah, you did something here where you revealed yourself to them, maybe your feelings to them, or you just revealed yourself, who you are. And I feel like you didn't get much back, if anything. Seven of Cups in the reverse, but I feel like you are very clear on them, and what you don't know is I feel like they're very clear on you. What's going to bring them forth? Let's see. Seven of Swords. What's the Seven of Swords here? What's going to bring them forth? Okay, Three of Cups, Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, sorry. Queen of Swords, Seven of Swords, Three of Cups. They think the group you run with is really phony. And so that's not something they feel comfortable with. I mean, I think they could look past that in order to be with you, but they really feel like you can do a lot better. And I feel like you're the truth teller in your friends group. So there is an element of why you're with this group. Why? Why? Two of Cups. This could be a group that you've been with for a long time. You feel like you have, long-term ties with them. You've helped them to be healthy, or they've helped you in a bad time in the past. However, I'm getting a sense of they are a group that wouldn't readily, I feel like they have to allow, or they're the gatekeeper for someone new to come into your life. And I think this person is well aware of that. And they're thinking, yeah, this isn't worth it. I don't need anybody's approval to go forward to who I like or who I'm romantically inclined towards. And least of all this group. They really find a lot of problematic issues with this group, and I think rightly so. 9 of Swords in the reverse. But in the past, somewhere along the way, they've helped you or you've helped them, or collectively this group has helped with tough times. Times of anxiety, times of worry, something like that. Ace of Wands is out here and now, the 9 of Wands. The Emperor and the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, but I feel like you're really at a crossroads now, because you're looking at the past, which has a lot of draining elements to it, and keeping in with these people has a lot of draining elements to it still. A past that you'd like to forget. You'd like to move forward, be inspired. I don't think this group is inspiring so much as kind of, maybe at one point when you were trauma bonding, it was helpful, but now I feel like it's run its course here. And now it's just a reminder of a time in your life that you want to move forward from. And so it's a matter of all of this kind of running through your mind right now, or this person's mind, because they kind of know you're wise and yet also don't understand why you stay with this group. I think they're the Emperor energy here, very intuitive and a natural leader, and they don't see the potential with you staying with the past energies. And they don't really want to entertain these past energies either, because I think they could overlook it for you, but also they've done so much work on themselves. They have found the keys to their life, can help others even find the key to their lives. They're almost like a mentor in this regard. They've done really heavy-duty self-improvement work, dark night of the soul work, shadow work on self. It's been very emotional, and they've come out just ruling this, but years and years of work on this. So they don't want to be around anything that doesn't rise to that level. The Moon. This is what you don't see. This is why they don't come forward. It's who's hanging around your energy. It's not you. Because I feel like you think, yeah, we get along so well. And Ace of Cups, yeah, that's definitely. What you don't see is why they're holding back emotionally, because when you get together, it's a click. It works out nicely. It's good chemistry, nice and easy, like meant to be energy. But they always hold back. There's always an element of holding back from you. This is it. 5 of Cups. Yeah, they're worried about regrets as they entertain energy that isn't as high vibing as what they've worked so hard towards. So why are you staying with this group? The past has a hold on you in a lot of ways. The High Priestess. You actually want to, I feel like, move away from this group, but you keep it quiet. So you're kind of torn. Let's ask for advice. I see it's kind of a difficult spot to be in. Advice. You're needing your compass. You're needing your anchor. You're needing that grounding. Yeah. Back to the beginning message. 4 of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. I feel like the advice is saying, what makes you happy? That's what you run with. What serves you best? That's what you run with. What is it you want to celebrate in the future? That's what you bring in. And it's new. It's new collaborations that are going to be very grounded. Now, I don't think you can say the past social group is a grounded group. And I think you can say that they do affect your abundance in that, yeah, they're all about the past. Nobody is doing anything in this group to work on any kind of shadows or get out of that funky kind of energy that brought you all together. It's more of a let's stay in victim mode and stay bonded. The Wheel of Fortune. And, in some ways you were legitimate victims here of past energy, the past energy and the collective coming together. Yeah, in some ways I feel like rough times bonded you and you were victims of circumstances you couldn't control. But now you can. And some people are still sticking to that bond. And I feel like there's better out there. Yeah, it's not a good match for you anymore. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune indicates the wheel turns and there's something faded and new for you. Good fortune here. But again, you're torn between moving forward and staying back with the past energy. And Spirit says, know thyself. Know thyself. And some people from the past aren't going to change ever. So if that's what you see as your happiness, as something to celebrate, is moving forward from this energy, that's lack. I'm holding the lack here, 5 of Pentacles. Then it's not for you anymore. I feel like this message is talking about what you consider soulmate energy has changed now. What you want from soulmate energy has changed now. Justice. There's justice meant for this group of the past. And part of that is extending, exceeding, like a catapult from the past. And some sort of barrier to the past and a new future. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. People that didn't invest in you in the past. I see it very clearly. There were people that were supposed to. Their one job was to invest in you and they didn't. Okay? Goes way back. There's justice here. But I don't see that the justice comes from staying in that same energy. It comes from, like I said, catapulting yourself, setting boundaries from that energy. Catapulting yourself from that energy, setting boundaries with that energy of the past. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, there's new. New abundance. Kid. Yeah, there's new from when you were kids. There's energy from when you were kids, and then there's new. And it's your choice. The Star. But what's woven in your dreams will help you with that choice. The Star energy. Big wishes. What's woven in those big wishes will help you with this choice. Take a closer look. The Glasses. The Star again. Star energy. But again, the sense of grounding where it's the 5 points of the star. Air, earth, fire, water, spirit. Take a closer look at the elements in your life. Where do you want to go? Where do your big wishes actually lead? And I see beginning after beginning after beginning, but it's a matter of getting truthful with self about where you want your next moves to be, where those big wishes lie, and with whom and how. You know, how they come about. You got to help them come in. Welcome them in, be in an environment that is conducive to them wanting to come in. Let's grab an oracle here. Yeah, oh my gosh. soulmates. And you have a deep knowing about this and how to get there. I feel like you're very intuitive. I'm going to split the deck and see what we have. Go the distance. This is, you're almost there. And you just get that last push to get across the finish line. Oh, I don't want to end this read. Let's grab another oracle. This is a new deck for me, and it is really great. Give a shout out to our deck creator. It's called Enchanted Map Oracle Cards. And that is by Colette Baron Reed. I have a few decks by her. She's real good. All right. Last message, last oracle. Heal the ouch. Yeah. This is the past energy. There was a lot of healing that took place here with this group. But now it's stagnant energy. You were healing for each other for a time, and now the energy needs to move elsewhere. This could also refer to this new person coming in as being a healing person to you, the grounding that we saw early on in this read, the anchor, helping you also with the ouches of the past or the ouches of moving on. Yeah, because this isn't going to be easy for you, and yet, you know, your call. Let's grab one more. Yeah. Goblins. A lot of negativity from the past. A lot of goblins from the past. And this is also a keeping it in your mind type thing. You know, bringing it forth because you've always got it at the forefront. This is that group from the past. They talk about these things, or they speak in a manner where you're always back in that energy of the past. Ride the wave. Whereas Spirit is saying, move forward. This talks all about running with happiness. You know, running with the present, running with good things that are happening and focusing on that. And this could also talk about a soulmate, the bone collector. This talks about being comfortable in your own skin. Where are you most comfortable, too, would be a way to figure out what direction to take here. I see abundance here for you. Moving forward, and I see the same old with the group from the past. That is your message. I hope it's been helpful. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment. It helps the channel to grow. And until next time, let's remember who we are and let's remember our self-worth. Thanks for joining me.